Hi, thanks for watching again. I can't believe how many views I've had on the other videos. So this is the 4th video now, so the more you keep watching, the more videos I'll make. Today I'm going to discuss something completely different with hair extensions or hair additions. So Lisa is one of my lovely clients. For a hairdresser, she is a nightmare client. Lisa's hair is really long, really natural. She's got a lot of it, but it's quite fine. Lisa is petrified of colour. She's got 100% virgin hair, never coloured her hair, but always wants to change it somehow by having tiny trims and not having colour. So today we're going to be applying colour with tape. It's very quick, very easy to apply. She can see the colours before they've been applied, so there's no panic, and she's not been sat in the chair for the next 2 hours. So we're going to apply some colour to Lisa's hair. It's a very quick application, but first the beauty of it is that Lisa can hand select which shade she wants going through her hair before we apply it. If I was to do this through a colour procedure in the salon, I'd have to lift her hair, maybe add colours, waiting at the backwash, and Lisa being very anxious at the same time because she's never had colour in her hair. This way it makes it so much more relaxed, again quicker, and the clients are happy, and we've now got a happy hairdresser with one of our awkward clients. Okay, so between myself and Lisa, we've hand selected which exact colour she wants going through her hair. So the beauty of this, she can see them, we can see how they'll work through her hair, and if she's comfortable with these colours before applying them. So we're going to apply instant colour and instant volume. The other thing as well with the different colours, I'll be sandwiching different colours together, so it'll give it another tone as well. So it'll be one colour on one side and one colour on the other side, making it a little bit more unique. So before we begin, always make sure you pre-cut the hair. So using a cutting technique, which I've used in another video, I'm just going to pick the hair up, put it between my fingers, and then bend it slightly. Using the blades, I'm just going to rest, and I'm going to glide this down the hair to make sure all of the split ends are removed. This makes it a really clean cut, ready for the extensions to flow through. I've also washed Lisa's hair, blow dried it naturally. There's no styling products on her hair because we don't want anything to come in between the sandwiches of the tape. So this is very a visual application. So now I'm basically just going to start lifting pieces of the hair, applying the tape where I visually want to see them. So my next tip, one of my biggest tips, is nobody wants to see hair extensions when they're tied up. So for good guideline, what I always do before I start applying the hair, lift the hair up using a tail comb. If I slide the comb in, if you can see the comb through her hair, then you will see extensions. So just keep working up the head until you can't see the comb. So taking my first section, you'll notice that it's slightly curved. So what I want you to do is to follow the natural shape of the client's hair. If I place this flat, if she wants to tie it up, the corners are going to pull slightly. So you need to make sure when you apply them, they're just slightly angled so they flow more naturally through the hair. And it also means when she wants to tie this up on top of her hair, it's more comfortable. So one question that people always ask, Lisa was the first question that she asked, is does hair extensions damage your hair? No, if they're put in correctly and if you maintain them, there's no damage to the hair. From a hairdresser's point of view, you need to explain to the clients that everybody loses on average about 100 to 150 hairs per day. Once you've got an application of a form of extension, something like a tape, these hairs will naturally come away from her scalp, but because they're in between the tape, they will not be able to fall to the floor or come out in the brush or in the bath when you're washing your hair. It's important to educate your clients that before application, these hairs are no longer able to fall to the floor. So when it comes to removing them, that's when they are free to fall. Any form of extensions, the maximum amount of time to wear them is 3 to 4 months because of this natural hair cycle. So it's always a good thing to educate your clients first because it stops any questions when you're removing them. So we've taken our section, nice clean section. What I'm going to be doing is removing the tape from the back of the tape. It's just removing that. Once this has been removed, do not touch the tape with anything because we don't want any false build-up to be occurring on the tape. What I'm going to be doing is just resting Lisa's hair down, and I'm just placing it approximately about half a centimetre away from the roots. I'm just pushing this firm so it's now picked up the correct amount of hair that I need to apply the tape underneath. When I lift this up, I can then apply the tape on the opposite side. So I'm going to use a slightly different colour because I just want to make it more interesting. Tape's been lifted, and then I'm going to make sure that I get exactly the same corners on either side, so both of them are sandwiching exactly. I'm now just going to squeeze this closed. Using the tool, if you want to get more force on the tape, you can just give it a squeeze either side, and then this will make sure that the tape is nice and secure. If the client's hair is naturally very oily, I then may come in with some heat. Because all I would be doing is applying the heat to the tape for literally a few seconds. Making sure this is on a medium to low heat. And always make sure you educate your client. This is purely application only. I don't want the client going home and holding the straighteners on it thinking they're reapplying it. So my next one. Because Lisa is very scared of colour, we've picked a lighter shade, but she's still a little bit afraid of blonde going through her hair. So this time I'm going to sandwich it underneath a darker colour. So she'll just have slight highlights coming through, so you can mix and match the colours as much as you want. So I'm just going to keep working up through the hair and just visually placing them, and instantly Lisa's starting to fall in love with her new colours. So I've applied all of the extensions. Lisa's absolutely in love with her hair. For me, it's very subtle differences, but for Lisa, she now thinks she's blonde. What I'm going to do as well, it's really important to always use soft brushes when you're cutting the hair, so no combs, otherwise it's going to get caught in the tape. Whenever you're cutting it, because we're not adding length, we're just going to add colour in this application, so I'm just going to be deep point cutting these ends off. So it's always important to cut the hair extensions into the hairstyle. So when it comes to the baseline, when I'm taking away some of the hair, always make sure that you deep point cut into the hair. Never blunt cut the hair, otherwise it'll look really fake. Now then, all of them have been applied, so you can see, I put this here, you can see all the colours going through the hair, so it's looking really natural. Now I want to put more movement through it, so we all know I like big hair. So this time I'm going to be using both of the Cloud9 wands. The larger one I'm going to be using through the top of the hair, also heat and pin to cool. So we want maximum volume here. Because of the length of Lisa's hair, I'm going to be using the smaller wand mixed with this one, so we get two different textures running through the hair. After the last video that I did with individual pre-bonded, I had so many questions and queries that people were asking about their services in the salon. So I've set up a private group on Facebook. It's called H Hair Extensions Education. Click on the group. You can be a part of this and we can all help each other. Any questions or queries you've got, please feel free to ask me. I've been educating many years in many different systems, so please feel free to ask questions and just click on the link. With the hair, I'm just finishing this slightly. I'm just using a medium spray hairspray just to kind of dust over the hair, just to give it some hold whilst we're cooling the hair. So here we've got the finished results. Lisa was a colour virgin and also an extension virgin, and it's taken me a while to get her in the seat to just finish the filming because she's been taking so many selfies. We've applied the colours through it, so she's got 3 separate colours running through it with the tape, also cut it into shape as well, but it's exactly the same length as her hair, but she's got a lot more volume and now she has colour in her hair. So thank you so much, Lisa. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, just message me what you want to be looking at and we can make more videos.